can't get far without a biomarker. Without it, you don't know when you turn.
In some good news this week, Dying Light 2 won't take you 500 hours to complete and will in fact be a normal game for normal people with a normal amount of time.
After initially revealing that terrifying amount of hours, developer Techland quickly and awkwardly backtracked through a series of smaller times to finally reveal that, thank God, the main story will only take 20 hours. Although that's not to say there isn't 500 hours of stuff to do. If you really want to tick every last little thing off, you just don't have to, in case you have other things you want to do, like live.
I'm waiting by the lobby.
So what happened here?
Well, that 500 hours comes from a tweet by developer Techland earlier in the week, which proudly announced that to fully complete Dying Light 2 Stay Human, you'll need at least 500 hours, almost as long as it would take to walk from Warsaw to Madrid. That is 2,859 kilometres for fans of European city spacing, and in much the same way I like both Warsaw and Madrid, but I'm not a fan of the several thousand kilometre gulf between them.
Sorry, Germany, France and Switzerland, I am just trying to prove a point here. A 500-hour promise up front to finish a game was kind of off-putting to some people.
And many gamers agreed, quickly voicing just how much nope they were feeling about all this. Do you think this is a selling point? One fan responded in disbelief. And generally the feedback was not great. Techland soon realised this and that the stat maybe wasn't going down quite how it had intended, and started trying to calm people down, promising that the 500 hours was for 100% completing. Most of the players who are in for the story and side quests will be able to complete the game quicker. It will still be a solid experience though.
But clearly the damage was done, with Dying Light 2 now basically talked about as the 500-hour game.
Leading to another tweet where Techland tried to calm people down a bit more, saying 500 hours is related to maxing out the game, finishing off all the quests, endings and exploring every part of the world. But a regular player should finish the story and side quests and do a lot more exploring in less than 100 hours, so don't worry. However, some people clearly still worried, and eventually Techland tweeted again and finally knuckled down on 20 hours. 20 hours to finish the main story. 80 hours. 80 hours if you want to finish the main story and do all the side missions as well. That 500-hour figure, according to Techland, is just if you want to steep yourself in the world's history, interact with every character, see all the dialogue, get every ending, and so on. Even then, the studio still sent out a press release to make it clear that it was all depending on playstyle and that the game's campaign is only 20 hours if you're focused, concluding it would be more for some, less for others.
Which is a relief. Now I'm sure plenty of people, myself included, will probably hit 80 to 100 hours easily, if not more in the long run. But that 500-hour promise up front clearly sounded more like a threat to most people, who probably just want to hit zombies with electric wrenches for a few weekends.
Sorry about this.
What? Sorry about what?
About that.
So it's great news to hear you can experience the meat of the campaign and whack all the undead you want in about 20 hours. But if you want to live in that world long term, there is plenty to keep you going.
You're about to turn. Get into the light fast.
Dying Light 2 will be out on February the 4th, and for more on the game, don't forget to subscribe to GamesRadar.